I just would like to thank Tyler White from Siksika Nation, or Siksika, for this medallion on Indigenous Night. It's really, when you look up closely at it, it's impressive beadwork. It's crazy. And also like to thank the elders from all the nations this morning for joining us in our dressing room for the morning prayer.
What did that mean to the group? What do you think they take away from that, and what personally did you take away?
It's different experiences, different cultures. Like for our guys to be around so many, I don't even know how to explain it. Different ways of doing things, I guess. Like when these guys come in, there's an amount of respect when they walk into your dressing room, and I think players that they recognize the importance of them to their respected nations. So it was a pretty neat thing for guys to be a part of this morning, that's for sure.
How important maybe is it for this organization to have these types of nights and celebrate the Indigenous people?
I think it's wonderful, and I think it's not just something for this organization. It should be done a little bit more often everywhere. So I think it's a great night for everybody involved. Yeah.
Maybe just a thought on we were just talking to Andrew a little bit about it seems like they're listed as comeback wins, but it just feels like they're games where they're close, hard fought, and maybe is that kind of how the guys are viewing it too? Like when you're not thinking about trailing at these moments. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I don't feel like they're comeback wins. I mean, it's just a hockey game where the games are close, and someone's going to have the lead at some point in the game. But close hockey games that have been good right to the end, and we're playing that against good teams right now. So I think that's the most important factor to take from it, is the games have been competitive, and we're staying with it for 60 plus minutes.
We were talking to Dylan Dubé, and he talked about how it's a goal for this team to just, as you said, stay with it, but for 60 minutes, just come in waves and come again and again.
Yeah.
Are you liking what you're seeing?
Yeah, we're getting there. We've talked about that the last few days. Like, we're getting there. There's a lot of things that we're doing right 5-on-5. We have to keep working on our special teams. We've talked about that at length before. That's an area that has to improve if we're going to continue to take more steps, but we're doing a lot of things the right way, and now it's important to make sure we're ready to start against another very good team that we're going to face here tonight.
We talked a lot about offense from the defense, but what did you get defensively? I mean, is that where all that started from your blue line?
Yeah, it always does. It flips. So your offense often starts in your own zone, and your defense often starts in the offensive zone. So we're getting more comfortable with how we have to get pucks out of our zone. I think our guys do a great job of pre-scouting our opponents. So we have an idea of their tendencies and what we can look to do to get ourselves out of the zone, for example. And I think when you're feeling better about yourself and your game, everything's more fluid. Sometimes when you're not playing well, it looks like you can't even put a pass together. But right now we're feeling better about ourselves.
Dylan told a little bit of a story about how after Backlund's goal was disallowed in the third period, Blake Holman pretty matter-of-factly and confidently was like, we're going to score on the bench, and then obviously you did with Uyghur. Did you happen to hear that conversation or
no,
pick up on that?
I didn't hear the conversation, no. Yeah.
I guess maybe what does that say about the belief that this group seems to have right now and their ability to not get rattled and just move on?
Yeah, it's been really from early on. Like we've talked a lot about that outside noise when we were losing games. It's the same when we're winning games. So it's they never wavered when we were losing games. We were trying to find our way without doubt, but they stuck with it, and there always has been a good feel around our room.
I mean, it's a Saturday night. It's Vancouver, division rival, geographic rival, historic rival. Does it feel fun, big?
Every time it's a Hockey Night in Canada game, it does feel better for sure. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Pre-scout on Nikita Zadorov.
You should ask him. He'll probably tell you. It's one of those weird situations. You don't often see a guy that gets traded plays against his former team right away. So. He's got a lot of good friends on our team. He's going to make some good friends on their team. But at the end of the day, these are important points for us, and that is our only focus here tonight.
With a lot of these rookies and even other players on this team, how do you cultivate an environment where players are not afraid of making mistakes, or how do you build that where they can play a little bit free and not be too worried about making a mistake? How do you approach that?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I think as long as they know that if it's not something that happens repeatedly, then they're going to be, hey, we can do a better job next time as their feedback, and they're going to get another opportunity. But as soon as you start seeing something over and over and over again, that's when things change a little bit. And I think they understand that that's how we're trying to operate. So I don't think they go out there thinking, if I make this play, I may never play again, or if I make a mistake here. But if it's something that we see as a trend that starts to develop, that's when things change, and I think they're aware of that.